training camp because it's joint practice with the Cardinals. So
yeah, can't.
Do we have any of our Arizona sports? I was going to ask Amanda this. Like, are any of our Arizona sports?
Oh, great question.
Like sister station, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
So there are sisters or our brothers. Are they going to be here?
I would. Well,
you never know.
I don't know. I would assume who's there? Andrew
If
Mason?
the Cardinals if the Broncos were in Arizona, I mean,
we'd send Mace.
Yeah.
Do they have a Mace?
Nobody has a Mace except us.
Yeah, that's true.
We're the only ones.
Their version of Mace we need to have some sort of battle between
like
our
a mace-off?
Yes,
instead
a
of face-off, a mace-off.
A mace-off.
Yeah.
Like, who can do a podcast in the dark better? Who's better at writing about both football and baseball?
Right. Oh, I got my chips are all. I'm not a gambler. I'm betting a house
I'm just
on
picking
Mace.
things that Mace is good at.
I'm putting a house on Mace. No doubt.
I would like that. I would like that a lot. By the way, just a quick note here. I did see, again, we have the giant wall man and it's the far field, but it is Bo taking these reps here because I can see him rolling out. And something that we noticed yesterday, I'm noticing again today. Lucas Kroll is getting some of those reps with the first team.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone's going to ask about Nate Adkins today.
That would be a great question.
That'd be awesome if somebody did, because I do not believe he's been out there since San Francisco.
Well, since you and I noticed this morning, and I've been on the lookout and have not seen. Have you?
Yeah, Bolo, right?
Yeah.
Like the police. Bolo, be on the lookout for Nate Adkins. And I haven't seen him. So I don't know what that means. Nobody is asking Sean Payton about it, so we can't really say much. You know, if he got banged up in San Francisco, we just don't know. But I know that Nate Adkins hasn't been out here. And I was making fun of the nerds that take rosters every day.
Yeah.
And there's that I love, like Troy Rank and all that. Yeah. Like, I love them.
We say nerd in the
I'm a nerd.
Way. Yeah.
I'm the biggest nerd. So, like, if you're going down and you go to 45 and you don't see it, like, you're not going to ask that question. Nate Adkins is not an insignificant player.
No.
He's a player that is like a semi-starter, like him or Troutman or whatever. And I know it's not sexy because they're blockers, but Adkins could sneak out for a couple touchdowns this year.
We saw it last year.
Exactly. And he's kind of perfect for that role because you kind of forget about him. So that's why Lucas Kroll's getting first-team work.
Okay. Well, it caught us by surprise yesterday. And then now again.
And Adam Troutman's still getting second-team work. And I'm like, is Adam in the doghouse with Sean?
Wow, that would be a surprise.
If you're a Sean guy, how do you mess things up to get in the doghouse with Sean?
I don't know. And he is a Sean guy.
Oh, he is the Sean guy. He's the poster child of Sean guys.
Yeah. Plays a position where you're supposed to catch, and he doesn't do that and still finds himself on this football team.
Right.
All right, a couple of things learning today. Again, like I said, it was a little bit slow, but we said to start the show, we want to see something here. We talked to Zach Bye in the second quarter. We want to see something from this offense. Cecil, I think I'm going to chalk it up to another day where I didn't see much from the offense.
Yeah, they were working on inside runs, and that was good. J.K. Dobbins was doing a good job at that, and that was good. I think what a lot of people want to see is kind of what we just saw, except a larger play. That was Lucas Kroll. And it doesn't look like they're going full speed. That didn't look full speed to me.
And then when they were doing goal line over here, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
40%.
Yeah. So about, 50%, whatever. And that was seemingly could have been a touchdown there for Lucas Kroll. But that's just it's not the pop that we want to see in the passing game. I think the run game had a better day-to-day because that was the emphasis today, was to do those inside runs, and specifically J.K. Dobbins. R.J. Harvey, still a work in progress. No one should be out on him. No one should be saying – because bold takes are everywhere, right? I didn't like him at UCF, or I told you he was the sixth best back in the Big 12. Hot takes abound all over the place. We don't do that. We tell you what's happening. We are emotional and opinionated. At least I'm very emotional and opinionated. You're more reserved, which is a good thing. With a guy like R.J. Harvey, if he's doing this crap in Week 6, I'm going to be mad. He's doing this right now, bouncing everything outside. And by the way, doesn't really do it at practice. He was only doing it in a game. So please stop. Please shut up. Please stop.
It goes to when we talked with Zach, what he saw today. Inside runs, inside runs, inside runs.
Right.
That, to me, says Sean saw what we saw, puts a point of emphasis on running inside the tackles rather than trying to bounce outside and be the fastest guy out here, and then brought it emphasis in the film room and then brought it out to the practice field. Now can R.J. Harvey, and this is probably what takes time, and I'm assuming why you're willing to give him a little bit of time. We're talking about football instincts that a guy has had his entire life up until this point where you get to the NFL and you go, hey, that thing you've done your whole life to get you here, stop that now.
Right.
It's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, and it's not something that's going to happen overnight. It was comforting to see him do it in practice. It was not shocking, but disappointing that he did that in the game. So they're working on it out here. They're working on sticking it inside, even though it is wide zone concepts. Anyone that and we all know wide zone from the Shanahan days. Like, you get that handoff, I can bend it, I can bang it, or I can bounce it. You have three choices. You can bend it opposite play side. You're going to the right. You can bend it to the left. You can bang it right between the tackles, just take that handoff and go, and that's what Harvey needs to do. Or you can bounce it to the outside if you think you've got that corner. You shouldn't really think you have that corner because everybody in the NFL is fast, and Harvey is learning that lesson right now.
Just a quick note here. Your boy A.T. Perry. The wide receivers are just playing catch with each other here.
Yeah.
Why isn't he wearing gloves? And he just dropped 2 in a row, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Why not? Why no gloves?
I don't know. Is practice over for him? Is everyone else wearing gloves? Trent Sherfield's not wearing gloves.
Okay.
And Troy Franklin's not wearing gloves. Don't start. Because I know what you're going to say. As soon as Franklin has a drop, you're going to be like, why doesn't he wear gloves? Why doesn't he wear gloves?
I've been pretty positive about Troy Franklin out
You have
here.
been. Yes, you have been. It's been refreshing. By the way, Michael Bandy can't throw.
No, I actually enjoy watching the wide receivers try to throw.
Court can throw. That's why he's done trick plays.
They did it again today. When the quarterbacks come in front of us and they do that drill where they're throwing into the net. And today was pretty cool because they're taking the snap. You have to throw right, then you get the snap again, and you have to throw left. They're kind of working on quick snaps and quick throws. They let Cortland and Evan Ingram do it. This is like the third time they've let them do it. Evan Ingram missed the entire net. And then they didn't let him throw again.
Yeah, you're fine, Evan. You're fine. Okay, a horn. I don't know if that was double horn. The media has already been ushered over. Sean has changed media policy just this year. Just this year, he's changed.
Well, that's why I wonder what's happening over there right now, because it's now been 3 or 4 different times where PR folks make the media go to a certain spot.
We are asking the media to move to the podium.
They work an extra about 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah, but back in the day, until you heard double horn, everyone would be over here.
So that's what they say. We're asking you.
Yeah, we're asking the media makes a move to the podium.
So I could respectfully decline.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do not comply.
Yeah.
Josh Dover. I'm not going to comply.
I'll make my way over there and then just stand and watch a little bit more. Maybe Mace was on the case doing exactly that. All right, a couple more observations here. So yeah, it's another day where the offense does not shine. There was no ooh ah kind of moment for the offensive side. Did talk about Kyrese Rowan. He's been a standout in the 2s and 3s, but had a drop today. The Marvin Mims tell. I think that's a pretty big takeaway for me today. Watched him do it a few different times. Watched him do it a couple times last week, and then said, "Let me keep an eye on it before I run with it." And he's as soon as he's going to stop and make that comeback towards the line of scrimmage or turn towards the quarterback, he's tipping his head, he's dropping his head. That's something that they're going to see on film, and I would imagine they correct sooner rather than later. Staying on the wide receivers, Cortland Sutton. In fact, before I just pointed out A.T. Perry wearing no gloves. Cortland and A.T. were having a one-on-one conversation again.
I like that.
So that's twice today now. We've seen 14 and 87 talking one-on-one about it was route running the first time, and I'm not sure what was going on here the next time.
Yeah, I like that a lot, and I like the fact that you've got a veteran talking to a younger player that knows, hey, this guy could be something for this team. And I mean, Pat Bryant, that guy could be something for this team. We see him talking to A.T. Perry. Again, practice squad guys don't get first-team reps. In the regular season, you do not waste that time unless you've got a plan or a vision. And it's Sean Payton, and I firmly believe Payton does everything on purpose. So, just put a pin in that.
I bet you could ask Sean Payton right now about all 90 guys out here, and he's got a plan for them.
Oh, he's got a vision for him.
30 of them might be, our plan's to cut him, but he's got a plan.
Our plan is to never see him again. No, he's got a plan for everybody, and that's kind of the – Sean Payton is he's the smartest guy in the room. Just ask him. He's also got a charisma to him. Look at how he's holding court with Stoke and Stink for an hour.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And Brandon Stokely's all uncomfortable and hot and sweaty.
I told you. I knew it.
You nailed it. You nailed it. So, but then Peyton has that charisma where he's like, no, come over here. Come over here with me. Let's talk about this. So that's something that with these players, when you go like, I got to get this around the practice squad, but I know that other team wants him, like you kind of got to talk guys into staying.
Yeah.
Sean Payton has done that with Blake Watson. He's done that with A.T. Perry. Like, there are certain guys that he'll turn on the charm. It's almost like as if he pretends they're Kay Adams, and he turns on the charm. Yeah. And then guys go, I believe him, yo.
But you know what? There's something about Sean that, was it Stiddy that he did it with, or Zach Wilson? Maybe did it with both. Bringing them up to get your service time. Like, let me get you the 3 or 4 games to count towards your service time. Let me get you vested in some of the stuff that adds up over the years. I don't think that should be overlooked, man. That's a the players coach type of term that we use. That's a guy that you're gonna if Sean does that for you, like you're a player, Cecil, and he's like, man, I'm gonna bring you up 3 times so you get vested. You're gonna get a bit of a pay raise.
Yeah.
And then in the summer, you and I are fishing or shooting the whatever, and I'm a player that's a free agent. And you go, dude, Sean did this for me. He didn't have to do that. That really goes a long way.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he actually might care about me, and I'm not just a football player on his team. I'm a dude in real life.
I'm not just a number, right? I'm not just a body out here at training camp. I don't think Sean would like me as a player.
Because you can't remember the plays?
I couldn't remember pop pass out. I'm not going to remember his 15 words. Like, why didn't you get Ivory Newton right, wing TX, whatever. Like, what?
Yeah. I don't think Sean would like me as a player because I'm slow, I can't catch, and I die when one person tackled me.
And you'd bring your longboard to work, and you'd be like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'd be trying to get everybody to wear soap shoes instead of cleats out there. Let's do some grinding instead of some
I would
tackling.
probably have, like, superhero cleats, and then he'd be like, you're a baby. Stop.
Well, he might like the shoe game. He's got a nice shoe game.
Superhero cleats?
Well, yeah, true.
Yeah.
That might be. Well, players get to wear, that weekend, my cleat, my whatever.
My cause, my cleats, yeah.
That's a great weekend, and players wear some pretty sweet stuff there.
Yeah, for sure.
So maybe that's your one exception you could get through on Sean. And then the last thing that I saw today, I don't know how much this even matters, but you and I are starting to question who Ben Powers is as an offensive lineman. We both believe it's his last year in orange and blue, but saw Nick Gargiulo just literally dominate. I couldn't make out who the defender was because his was on the ground real fast. But Nick literally, underneath the shoulder pads, picks this dude's up, drives him back a couple yards, and then sets him back down on the ground. Impressive power from Gargiulo.
I mean, you don't really see that in NFL football. Once in a while you do, and when you do, you're like, oh, my God.
It looked like the college senior going against the walk-on kid and getting embarrassed at practice.
You know what it looked like? Freshman meat.
Yeah,
That's what it looked like. Freshman meat. Like, hey, we got this. We're going to kill these guys. So with Gargiulo, like that's a good place to be. I am not saying Ben Powers is a surprise cut, but we're about the time where we're going to be talking about surprise cuts. Who's the Broncos' surprise cut? I don't really think like Malcolm Roach would be. I don't really think P.J. Locke would be, because of the savings with P.J. Locke. And I want all these guys to have a job forever and ever and ever. But when you just look at things and you've got a younger player and you're moving on anyway from a Ben Powers after next year, it's just something where you'd have to go, okay, maybe that is the choice we make now and we just roll forward with the future. Now, it's a little bit unsettling based on the continuity that this offensive line has had. I don't really want them to change anything unless Powers is just so bad you can't have him out there. Mm-hmm. He's not at that point yet, but if we're talking about a player that's had, consistently one of the worst camps, it's him. By the way, I'm looking at the cap hit and the dead money specifically. And yeah, they're not getting rid of him.
It's huge.
$15 million.
Oh, yep. Not now.
Yeah. And even next year, boy, he's got a hell of a contract.
I thought his money was off the books.
It's $17.4 on the books for this year, right? And then dead money of $15.2. It means he's not going anywhere.
Yeah, you can't risk that.
And then next year, $7.9 cap hit, and then $9.7 on the books. So even that would be
that's still pretty big.
Like you want to eat $10 million?
No.
So maybe this isn't the last year for Ben Powers.
I mean, that brings you. You're getting 30 back. Now you're all so down to 20.
That tells me, one, they're sticking with Powers, and two, he's got to be better at zone blocking.
Well, what if it's this last year of starting, and then that's expensive,
pretty expensive backup
too.
Yeah.
But
because you know what Gargiulo's making, like $100,000. Yeah.
So that's what I mean. I guess maybe you, for lack of a better term, bite the bullet and go, we're getting value here, solid depth piece that we're probably overpaying for 1 year.
Yeah, you're also coming up in a couple of years. We're going to be talking about a Bo Nix contract. So,
yeah.
Interesting decisions, and sometimes you're going to have to eat that money. But based on his dead money, over the next 2 seasons, it looks like Ben Powers is going to be here.
Okay.
Like it or not.
Hey, it is a Don't Be That Guy Wednesday. Start to send some of those into the RamosLaw.com text line at 303-713-1043. Don't be that guy. Don't be that gal. Somebody that's getting on your nerves as of late. Put your name on your text, and we'll give you a shout-out. I got a couple I want to share. We'll do that here in just a few minutes. Going back to a couple of things that Sean had to say yesterday at the podium. He was asked about what he saw from his team after watching the film from San Francisco.
I think defensively, the first drive, obviously you don't want to see a score. The third down play was a significant play that led to that touchdown. We bounced back pretty quickly. Offensively, we'll clean some things up. Overall, there were a lot of positives. Overall, grading the week, and what I mean by that is Thursday's practice was pretty long, maybe a little longer than I would have liked. And then the turnaround and then the game on Saturday, there were a number of things when we put the film on that we felt we did really well situationally. And then there were a handful of things that we didn't do as well. And, we need to get our alignments cleaned up on offense. There was a penalty thrown. I'm glad it happens in a joint practice. You don't want it to happen in week 10 in a game that matters. Clearly for us, there was plenty to coach off of, and there were a lot of reps to coach off of.
All right, so he's talking about some of the good, some of the bad. He says there were plenty of positives to take away. When he said that yesterday, my brain goes, well, what is that? Let's list the positive. Nick Bonito, the backups. Is that it? I know the backups is a long list.
Yeah, backups was a long list.
Bonito and the backups, there's plenty there, but nothing from the starting group is something you are positive about.
Yeah, you're positive that you need more work. That's the only thing you're positive about. But, yeah, the depth we can praise, the quality of this team overall we can praise, the tough decisions that Sean Payton's talked about, we can look forward to those. And, hey, not George Payton going to get a few more gray hairs in the next couple of weeks making these decisions because, again, you have a team that Sean Payton feels like could win a Super Bowl. And if that's the case, you would better make the right choices and get the right players and talk whoever you can into sticking around. If they're not going to make the 53, talk them into staying on the practice squad, something like that. You've got to be right. You can't drop the ball now that you've done all this work to get here. And point blank period, your starters need to be better. Mm-hmm. We need to see that. Offensively, your starters need to be better. I think defensively, they're going to be fine. If we look like panic meter, it's like at a 1 for the offense for me. For the defense, it's like at barely above 0.
I have 0 panic about the defense.
Yeah, because they'll be all right. They fell asleep against the 49ers, okay? They didn't play well against the 49ers. Whatever.
Guess what? They didn't care that much.
And I'll disagree with ZB. I don't think the 49ers will be that good, but, I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
Right? And in that division, really, NFC West, who cares? But, to me, now that they've gotten their wake-up call and they hear all the buzz, I thought you guys were a Super Bowl team. Arizona, you might be in for it on Saturday night. And if they're not, then, oh, God, Monday.
Well, that panic meter you're talking about,